Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Just a couple things before we start. First of all, I can't tell you how great it is to see you all here in celebration of these three young men. You cannot see with the mask on, but there is a huge smile on my face as I see so many people that we haven't had a chance to see for a while. So it is great to see you. Secondly, I get a chance to take a picture with the recipients or the student athletes every time. And something happened today that's an absolute first in my 4 years here at Kinkaid. I was the shortest guy in the picture. And it wasn't even close, 6'1". I mean, it wasn't even close. But so that was rather humbling. Good morning, and welcome to Kinkaid for our February signing ceremony. This is our second of 3 signing ceremonies. We honored 2 student athletes in the fall, and we will have a third event in April. Today is actually the first of 3 February signing ceremonies. To allow for families, friends, and special guests, we are hosting this one this morning. We will host 2 more, one tonight and one tomorrow night. At those events, we will celebrate these 3 young men's fellow classmates: Ella Brissett, tennis, Claremont McKenna; Laura Bear, cross country, Otterbein; Blake Poe, baseball, Pepperdine; Christian Lamone, baseball, Amherst; Corbin Kinder, baseball, Rhodes; Matthew Munn, baseball, Swanee; and David Shaw, baseball, at Rice. Let's give those recipients a hand. And typically they'd be here to celebrate with us all together. This is an exciting day, and a day to share with families, friends, teammates, teachers, coaches, and counselors. Congratulations to you all. This morning, we will recognize, honor, and celebrate 3 scholar athletes for their work in the classroom and in their respective sports, and we will wish them well as they head off to some outstanding institutions. Tommy Holstead, football, Washington and Lee. Ezekiel Evans, football, Cornell. And Cayman Duncan, football, Dartmouth. I would be remiss if I didn't mention in their presence here, what a great football season. What a great football season. Coach Larned and staff. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Tommy Holstead.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for coming out this morning at this early hour. First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because without him, none of this would be possible. I made a list of those who I want to thank closest to me. Dad, thank you for being such a great role model and tremendously helping me with my football career. Growing up, you were always my biggest supporter, both on and off the field. I remember like it was yesterday when Mr. Kinder and you coached me on the Chargers. It was first grade, yet I still remember the lessons you taught us about the game of football. You would say, it's not always about who carries the ball or who scores the touchdown, but it's the success of every player on the team working together. This has always stuck with me as an offensive lineman, since we are not usually found in the end zone. The countless drills, sheer exhaustion, and physical toll of football can test any player's love for the game, and yet you instilled in me the core value of not giving up from an early age. We've won championships together and we've come up short, but Dad, you've always had a way of turning my disappointments into positive experiences. You encouraged me to reset and start again while giving me pointers on what I can improve on or change. I don't remember a season where you did not sacrifice between work and home to come coach or support me from the stands. You gave up so much of your own time for me, and you've flown all over this country in support of my dream to play college ball. And honestly, I can think of nothing more I want in my life than to follow in your footsteps and play football at Washington and Lee. I will make you proud, and I'm ready to be a general. I love you, Dad. Mom, I truly believe you're the most helpful and caring person I know. Thank you for the countless meals, driving me to and from practice, serving as team mom more times than not over my football career. I know it was hard for you at times to watch me out on the field getting banged up and, of course, banging up on my opponents. Thank you for praying for me before and after games. I know you always say you love watching me play, but I want you to know that I love having you in the stands. I love you, Mom, and I'm so thankful for you. Jean, you really get the pat on the back as my little sister. I know you watch my every move, and I try to keep that into account when as your older brother. I cannot imagine how many games you've spent in the stands supporting my teams. I have a feeling you're not going to miss all of the college talk once I leave. You are selfless, thoughtful, and my biggest fan. I know I won the lottery getting you, and honestly, I'm going to miss you next year. And don't think the garage is your property. I'm coming back to visit, so don't get too comfy. All joking aside, I love you, Jane. You are and will always be a great sister. I want to thank my grandparents, Bibi and Stepper, Nini and Jimbo, who is above us right now. You've supported me my whole life, attending all my games, sharing in my many wins and losses, and helped me in every way possible. I'm so fortunate to have you all in my life, and you have been a part of the ride. To my aunts, uncles, and cousins, some here and some virtual, thank you for everything you've done for me too. I'm blessed with a big, loving family, and looking forward to all of you coming to Virginia next year. I want to thank my many coaches and mentors over the years who have made a lasting impact on me with their guidance and leadership. Starting with Coach George Poe, Coach Antonio Armstrong, Coach Tom Jordan, Coach Tommy Lamb, Coach David Kinder, Coach Tom Jordan, and my godfather Philip Sampson, who coincidentally was an All-American D3 quarterback at one of the greatest universities in this country, Washington and Lee University. I'm grateful to each and every one of you for your impact on my life. I want to thank Coach Friday, E., Harris, Lehue, Landrum, Carter, Moss, Rob, Holm, Egg, Botts, Daniels, and Mandel for bettering me as a lineman and football player every day at practice. I would also like to thank Miss Griffin and Miss Williams for keeping me in tip-top shape and rolling every season. And a big shout out to the facilities crew for setting up the field and always having our equipment ready. Finally, I want to thank Coach Larned for bettering me as a player, person, and leader. You pushed me to work harder than everyone else over the summer in order to accomplish my goal of playing college football, and your advice paid off. I'm not sure I will miss your quarters, log rolls, and jingle jangles, but I will definitely miss your humor and jokes. You're one of the best football coaches, and it was an honor to play for you. And for my final thank you, I want to thank my teammates and friends who helped me achieve this goal, ranging from my brothers on the O-line, Hunt, Ryan, Patrick, and Kamen, to the guys in the stands who consistently showed up to our games cheering us on. Couldn't have done it without y'all. I'm super excited for these next 4 years to see what my future holds. Thank you to everyone for coming or tuning in virtually. God bless you, and go Generals.
I just want to start off by thanking everybody here for tuning in. I just want to thank God for being with me through each step of my life. Thank you, Lord, for the great characteristics you have instilled in me and the people around me. I want to thank my family for supporting me through everything, specifically my parents, mom and dad. I couldn't be here today without y'all's guidance and love. I want to thank y'all for being my rock and for supporting me through everything. No matter the situation or problem, you always came through for me. So just kind of when I first got here as a student at Kinkaid, I had to get used to the workload and managing football. I give a lot of the credit to my dad for staying up and checking on me. Continuing to my sophomore year, I had an injury that held me out for most of the year, a stress fracture in my back. This was a challenge for me because I had to stand on the sidelines but still come to practice. And being a water boy as well. Looking back on it, it made me see what I could do to help my teammates. At the end of that season, when I had the chance to come back for the SBC championship, it felt so good being able to play again and win again with my teammates. Zoom to the next year, it's my junior season, and it's like we got to eat and ball out. Well, I did partially, playing enough games to give good film, but in the 7th game, I broke my left arm. I remember not being able to raise my wrist or do a thumbs up. I remember the pain I felt like, man, my season is really over. But once again, I thank God for putting the right people in my life, helping me to be recovered 4 months later. I thank the trainers, Miss Williams and Miss Griffin, for all their help. Towards the end of my junior year, in April, my older brother, Ernest, who had been progressing well from a brain injury, passed away. When he did, a legend said goodbye. My brother was my role model. He was charismatic, cool, passionate, and funny. He pushed me to be great and to achieve whatever goals I set. and both before his incident and after, he showed uncanny character and resilience, giving me more push and drive myself. I dedicate what I do to him and to the rest of my family. And finally, this senior year, amongst COVID and wondering if we were going to have a season, it all worked out. Our team really embodied our mottos of the standard and family, and it was special. I'm thankful for all the teammates and coaches that I've had at Kinkaid and before that helped me enrich my love for sports. I thank Coach Larned for bringing up little videos about Jocko or about real issues that helped me be a well-rounded man. I thank Coach Leahy for helping me in my faith and in becoming a better player in my final year. I appreciate Kinkaid for accepting me and embracing my family and I, lending help and showing love whenever they could. The love I felt and the tools I've gained have truly prepared me for the next chapter and future stages of my life. I'm excited to have fun and pursue what's next for me. I appreciate the Cornell coaches and staff for this great opportunity. I specifically thank Coach Bakta for taking a chance on me and being my first offer. I also thank the rest of the coaches that recruited me. I'm proud to continue my academics and athletics at Cornell University. So with all that said, go Big Red. Thank you.
According to King Solomon, who speaks to us in the best-selling book of all time, we must trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean not into our own understanding. In all our ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct our paths. All throughout my life, I've questioned a lot of things. Do I really want to play football in middle school? Am I willing to put in the work required to play in high school? Do I really want to leave all my friends behind to go play at a small private school? Will I even get recruited at this school? Do I really have a chance at playing college football? These things that I've always questioned myself about, along with many other questions, have all been answered in the last few years. I was the biggest and one of the most dominant players in middle school. I grew to become addicted to the weight room and honing in my techniques on the field. I met some of my best friends and people I remember for the rest of my life at this new school. Talking to coaches from different colleges became something I did almost daily, and I am now for sure going to play football at Dartmouth College, where my academic and athletic careers will both be able to skyrocket to new heights. Trusting in the Lord and knowing that his path, which he has laid out for me, is what's best, has allowed me to do things, meet people, and create opportunities that I never thought possible. So I'd like to thank him and his role in shaping my life to start off. Next, I want to thank my parents. They have been there for me since the beginning of my recruitment process, and of course, even before then. They have always been in my corner, and my dad was the one who kickstarted my recruitment. He took me to a Texas A&M football camp in 8th grade just so I could pick up some skills for high school ball. There I met Coach Turner, the previous offensive line coach, who, when he bragged about me in front of a lot of very intimidating seniors, helped me realize that my size is truly a gift and can be used to help me to be successful beyond what I could imagine. I don't think I've really thanked my dad for taking me to that camp because at the time I thought it was a waste of time and would honestly have preferred to be at home playing Call of Duty or watching a movie. So thank you. He sent me countless texts throughout countless days about which coaches to follow and messages on Twitter. I never thanked him for this because at the time it seemed like nothing but a bother. So thank you. He helped me pick out highlights for my film to send to coaches and continuously bragged about me to all his friends and all of our family members. That part I really did enjoy. So again, thank you. Thank you to my mom, who had to deal with my constant nagging when I thought we'd be late to practice, and for continuously driving me up to the school so that way I could get in recovery or extra lifts. Thank you for waiting for me in the parking lot while I finished my workouts. I know you definitely had something better that you could have been doing and probably would have rather been doing, so thank you. Thank you both for teaching me all the things that you've taught me throughout the many years of my life, and thank you for putting up with me throughout all that time. Thank you to all the coaches that I had in middle school and Little League who helped me grow my skill and love for the game. Thank you, Coach E, Coach Daniels, Coach Phil, and Coach Stu for assisting me in the weight room day after day and helping me become stronger and more refined when it comes to my lifting skills. Thank you, Coach Landrum, Coach Veltri, and Coach Weiss for helping me understand the game of football and the vital role that a strong offensive lineman can play. Thank you, Coach Friday, for always saying hi to me in the hallways and catching up with me. I always look forward to our little talks and for teaching me techniques and skills on the field that have drastically helped me become a better offensive lineman. I would like to thank the Dartmouth coaching staff for extending me my first offer and for giving me a chance. Thank you, all of you, for being here and supporting me throughout these last 4 years. Thank you all for constantly giving me a place to sleep at night when I'm away from home and taking me in as one of your own since day one. Last but not least, I would like to thank Coach Larned. Coach Larned has done more for me than you can imagine when it comes to recruiting and becoming a better person. His pushing me on the field has helped me become the player that I am today. Lessons that he has taught me and everyone else within the Kinkaid football program have helped us all to become better leaders, family members, friends, and most of all, he has helped us become better men. I'll never forget the lessons that he has taught me, so thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being with me from the beginning all the way through today. Through all the highs and lows. The Bible teaches us that we don't have to go through life alone and that we never truly are alone. You have all helped ingrain that idea into my mind and into my heart, so thank you. Go Big Green.
Let's rev it on up for these three individuals. And now we will begin the actual signing, starting with Tommy.
Okay, in the very back, stand up. Yeah, just like this. Perfect. Okay. Everybody look here at me. Everybody look it. And again, just smile. Now, act like you're signing. Everybody look down. Everybody's interested. Everybody look at the paper. Look at the paper. Good. And now, put your mask back on. Okay, so everybody look at me. Good. Okay, now look down like you're signing. Everybody look at him. Good. Okay.
I would like to thank you all for coming. I know there are snacks, treats outside for all three tables. And one more time, let's rev it on up for these Kinkaid Falcons.